What's up, friends? And I say friends is because I believe I'm going to need them today. The thing I'm going to talk about today is just a little, it's wild. It's wild. But I guess that's what we all are here, right? It's what we are. We're all just opinionated now. So I try to be rational and not emotional about things. But I get very emotional. I don't know if you've seen that side of me yet. Maybe you have. All right. So today I'm going to give you some takes on this whole Astroworld event. This Astroworld thing, it's absolutely crazy. I am not a religious guy. I was raised in the Catholic Church. I was an altar boy. It's very weird. It's creepy. If you go look up at this stuff online with the Vatican, if you look up the church, the way it's shaped. I mean, I don't want to go. I'm not trying to go down this rabbit hole because people will call you crazy. So I have to start slowly with people. You know, it depends on how much you really want to know. Like when I would be as a Catholic altar boy, you would see the Stations of the Cross, and here Jesus was walking with the cross, and it's an Easter thing. And then the next one is here Jesus falls, and then here Jesus is the crown of thorns, and it's just like this long. I'm fucking like 12 years old, and I had to work these masks all during Lent, and just with the crosses and the bloods and the thorns and the fear, and like there's 18 stations, and your mother's with you, and she's like, and the bloody one, and then he gets up and then it goes down again. And it's fucking, you don't think of it because you're in it, right? You're eating the body of a dude. You're drinking his blood. That's fucking weird, right? Like, it's weird. But you don't realize it because you're indoctrinated, right? You're indoctrinated. Like, I don't believe any of that stuff. And you could take a lot of religions and throw them out. I don't even want to say them because people will fucking call me a name or something. But you can take all of that. All organized religions, no. So as I got older, all that stuff was leaving me, and I was like, well, it's just a common sense approach. My sister's an atheist, I'm not an atheist, but do I believe in God? Do I believe in all this stuff? There's many levels to all of this stuff. What is God? Was Jesus real? Was he an alien? Was that all that stuff? All these different things. Adam and Eve, is that a fucking story? Whatever. All this shit. I know this sounds crazy, so how can I describe it to you in a nutshell? Without sounding like some chick that works at Arrow One with a fucking dream catcher. Oh yeah, man, your spirits. Or being an MIT nerd. Well, molecular, there's got to be a way to humanize it for you. As I got older and I started thinking all this stuff was parable, mysticism, spirits, angels, demons, aliens, all that stuff, I'm starting to realize it's all kind of connected. I mean, I've known this for a while, but it's kind of becoming concrete now, in my opinion. Just my opinion. And the problem is that I have to deliver this to you in a way that won't alienate you. And there's so many things to do it. And this Astroworld fucking horrific tragedy is a gateway into this. No pun intended. I'm on Twitter on Friday night, and I don't know, I just finished my shows and I'm like up. Like, I'm so fired up. My show was so good. People were so receptive and they really needed it. I see Astroworld and I click on it, and the first video I saw, and I was like freaked out. I was like, and it's like, yo, it said something like people are literally dying out here for a concert. And I look at the video and it was insane. It was him on stage in the background, which was why I wore this jacket and this hat today with this video to vibe you. And it was like a red stage, and it looked like they had a portal. It was very fucking trippy. And then it cut from that down to him, and there's just, fuck, man, it's just poor lifeless body. And fucking EMTs going like crazy. And then another one, they went over to there, like this fucking crazy person filming it, which was like fucked up that they're filming it, but in a way it was like we needed to see this. So, and I guess if they couldn't do anything and they were all these bodies were taking, being accounted for, then it was, it was like actual a job that was of service, and it was just, and then they were rushing people through, and these dudes were on top of the fucking ambulance going at the stage. I click out of the video. It wasn't bloody or anything, or like, could have been murder. It was basically looked like they were trying to revive, look like people that were dead. So it wasn't like a graphic, like a stabbing or something like that, but it was very graphic because these people were dying. It was hard for me to watch, let alone people who know these people. And then I started reading about it. I was like, what the fuck? And when I saw that video, I said, this shit felt like fucking hell on earth. And it fucking shook me, right? I'm in a hotel room in Atlantic City at like 2 a.m. looking at this shit. And I'm shook. So then, of course, I'm like, it just didn't feel right. And so then I go, and of course, you know, the fucking story blows up. I want to react to a couple of these videos, and I really want to tell you what's up with them, because now it's all over the internet. And I saw his apology, and I was like, what kind of apology is that? You can't even begin to apologize for that. You can't. But his apology was fucking terrible. It was fucking heartless, right? The biggest thing I want to say with this is what I was going to say in the beginning. There's a lack of empathy in this world. And it's gotten worse since I've gotten older. So maybe I'm an old man. Maybe it's always been there. But I feel like people are fucking dead inside. There is just terrible empathy problems. And that's the biggest problem we have on this planet. People literally do not put themselves in other people's shoes. And people encamp themselves against other people. I'm in this group, you're in that group, blah, blah, blah. You know, they don't go, well, we're connected because we're humans on this earth. That's what's fucked up. And it's literally small-mindedness, you know. And I just got to react to a couple of videos. So this dude right here, like, I just felt, when I saw this guy's video, I said, this is exactly how I felt watching the video.
You couldn't breathe. You couldn't see. Like, just imagine all the people they're going to find tonight who was in that crowd, who nobody could see, who nobody could hear, who passed out, and everybody was just trampling on top of them the whole fucking concert. Like,
so first of all, I remember when I was like 10 or 11, the Who had a stampede, and it was fucking horrific. You can look it up. I think it was 1980. And the Who also, there's some fucking history there, but people trampled over other people. It kind of made sense, but also it also makes sense in this way too. So I wasn't hearing that the people were trampled. I was hearing that, but I was hearing it was hard to, people were just crammed in, and I did see that. I don't know how being crammed in and then enough space opens up that you can't, like, you pass out. Like at first when I saw this shit, I thought this is a fentanyl outbreak. The next thing I thought was when they said later that somebody was jabbed a needle in somebody's neck. That could have also been it. The last thing I thought it would be like some people dying, they can't get air. But, you know, if they were trampled, then yes. But this is a dude who escaped it, and he said he was feeling these effects and he wasn't trampled.
in the VIP section, it was so many bodies laid out. People was getting pulled out who was fainting.
In the VIP section. Now, let me tell you, just for that, because it's like I've been to a lot of concerts. I'm not a concert guy by any means. So I've been going to Coachella, I don't know, since like 2011. And I've gone probably 6-7 times. Now you're going to say, oh, it's different. The VIP, I've gone to Coachella. I remember when Fuji's Lauryn Hill was on. I was probably 10 feet when she was doing... But you have to understand, the Coachella experience is best to be immersed in. So I've been in VIP. It gets jammed, but it doesn't feel claustrophobic. But I also go to the field. But the great thing about the field is that you got those huge fucking screens. So I'll sit way back. I watched Guns N' Roses like that. I watched Calvin Harris like that. I never felt endangered. But again, maybe it's a different one. So the fact that he's saying this about VIP, because this was basically Travis Scott's Coachella.
Was fainted, and the medics were trying to give them CPR, and they was flipping them over, and like they was literally turning them black and blue. Like I never seen death in my fucking life, bro. Just by me alone, it was probably like 10 fucking people laid out dead. And like once the medics tried to help them, they wasn't responding. They moved to the next person. It was nothing they could have do. Like this shit really fucked me up and like really spooked me tonight. Like that was like some demonic shit. Like, and what was so crazy, like people were screaming help, trying to tell Travis Scott. They was like help. The whole crowd was just going like help, help, help. And he just kept going, bro. It was like, that shit was scary, bro. It was so demonic, bro. And mind you, y'all see the type of music I make. Y'all see everything, like, you know, like I've been so heavily influenced by Travis, but like after tonight, bro, like God really showed me, like, you know, like stay away from that shit, bro. Like that shit not for you, cause like he sacrificed so many people's lives tonight, like for real.
Like this dude is like an aspiring musician, rapper. I don't know what type of music he does, but he's like, I'm out because of this experience.
Like so many people's lives are gone tonight because they want to go to a fucking Travis Scott concert and have fun. You know, he influenced people to be raging and all this shit. So many people broke in and it was just chaos, bro. It was a living fucking hell, bro. Imagine seeing all those dead bodies, and that was just by me. And the shit got so bad, I was sitting on top of the gate.
So this dude's video is all over the internet. It fucking feels like an amazingly honest first person's PTSD account of what happened. When I'm so drawn to this video because I felt that as I watched the little bit I did watch, and I couldn't keep watching. I didn't want to watch people die on camera. I'm sorry, I'm just not going to do that. And I don't want to watch what could be something worse. I'm telling you, I'm not a priest. I'm not a preacher. But I'm telling you, I do believe there is good versus evil. And I do believe that there is like the devil is among us. Like, and I'm not that dude. I am not that dude. But like, I'm not saying there's a heaven or there's a hell. I'm saying, or there's a God, or I'm saying there are bad forces wanting people to do bad things. Look, I talked to somebody who's very, very, and you guys know her, but you don't know who I'm going to say because I'm not going to say it. Very much in the rock and roll scene. And she began to tell me a story, and she stopped telling me the story because it was too scary for her to tell me, of basically about making the deal that she knows that have made the deal. Like you hear that shit, right? You hear that shit. But you're like, come on, that's fucking weird, and that's all fucking folklore and all this stuff. I am telling you, do your research. The shit is weirder by the hour. People are saying this shit was demonic. People are saying this shit was a ritual sacrifice. Now, I don't know how much I can say about this shit. When somebody blows up, what happened bad around them? If there was tragedy around them. That is the simplest thing. I'll start with this video, and if you guys like it, we'll add to it. But when somebody gets big, is there something bad around them? That's what made me start turning this tide.
Hey, this is me at Astroworld, and I wanted to do a little unpacking story time of what it was like up at the front.
Totally different perspective.
I don't even know where to start because we got there at 5 a.m. Every point after that, it was just like... Which
is insane. Who the fuck got to go to a concert that early? So they're already making people fucking tired, which is weird. That's so fucked up.
Yeah, and so we were there from 10 a.m. till the set starts, and as you can see, there was like this timer going that was making everybody freak out, and like those noises that you're hearing, like those sounds, were going all day long. From 10 a.m. to the set, these frequency noises with this high bass.
Those sirens. She said they're playing them all day, which puts you in a fucked up state.
2 hours before the set even started, there's people screaming for help trying to get out. And especially when this timer starts going off, people are getting pulled out left and right. Hundreds of people are getting pulled out. Unconscious people, crowd surfing already before anything even started. So it could have stopped there. They could have realized it was going to get out of hand and stopped it there, but they didn't. Obviously, the set starts, everything's insane. We're at the barricade. Our ribs and our hips are getting completely crushed by the barricade, and the people behind us, it's just this mass wave, like, you know, 50,000 people behind us, the pressure of that just crushing us at the front. And another thing I wanted to mention is I've seen a lot of things saying that, like, just the pressure and, like, the uncontrolledness is, like, what made people panic and die. But I also saw a lot of people targeting each other.
So she's at the barricade. This is why I think this is interesting. This is good to know, guys. She's at the barricade. That means she's up against the metal. She says her ribs and her hips are being smashed. She's not huge. So A, either she's a survivor, which obviously is, or B, the force was intense, but not intense enough to kill her. And where these other bodies weren't near the metal. So body against body, I guess if you completely are suffocated, yeah, you can die. But body against body, there's no metal piercing you. So this telling sign, because if she was against the barricade and lived, what happened to the people in the middle of the field who died?
But yeah, this signage was everywhere.
See you on the other side. That says everything right there for itself. What the fuck is that? So it already had this vibe of death. The other side of what?
On the merch, like printed on the stage. It all feels very orchestrated. It all feels very on purpose. But yeah, I want to talk about people defending him, saying like, well, he can't see up there. Like, he's known for being a rager, like, da-da-da-da. No, it was not like that. If he would have said, hey, if you see someone on the ground, pick him up, everyone would have done it. Everyone would have done it. But instead, he says, I want the fucking ground to shake. Like, let's go crazy, Houston.
Oh, there's so many stories of people sharing their experiences. That's why this is going to blow open. This is it. This is the moment. Right now, you're witnessing history. It's so weird. Come on, man. The fucking bird and the flames. Come on, man. Do you ever have a song stick in your head? Why do you think it does that? It's hypnotic, right? Hypnotic. There's so much going on in this. There's a lot of weird shit that you cannot just go, it's just coincidence, it's just coincidence, it's just coincidence. You cannot do that. It's fucking weird, man. It's weird. People are waking up. People are gonna see. So it's so many levels to this shit. And I think I'm just operating on this one level. I'm successful in spite of this shit. But I think I'm operating on like this level of like, oh, do this, work hard, get a career, maybe become successful, make some money, spread, laughs to people, create your art. Yeah, I think I'm in a fucking tiny bubble. That's what I've come to conclusion. And I think there's a lot of chess pieces being done for bigger things, for bigger fucking things. I'm about like literally good vibes, fun, not eerie, evil shit. I feel like there's a lot of that. I like positivity. And I want to tell you that The Matrix was a documentary. I don't feel like anyone's talking. They're blockers. That's not why I came to help you. Fucking backwards. Bullshit.
I hate to break it to you.